There was one guy at the bar. The odds of Janelle hooking up with that guy was so good.
Janelle only wanting to find a guy with rock hard abs and nice pecs. Because that's definitely what I'm looking for. Well, according to Kody Brown.
I got nice pecs and a great six-pack abs. It's not rock hard abs. I'm a man of flesh and bone. It was because Janelle saw me as a piece of meat, not as a husband. I was more of an item than a person.
The stand-up moment of the episode. Hands down Maddie's face when David joked that Janelle could have hooked up with some random guy at the bar. Her expression was a perfect blend of horror and secondhand embarrassment. Truly a masterpiece. But let's talk about the real circus act here, Kody. Why is he doubling? No tripling down on this fantasy that he's some irresistible heartthrob and that Janelle objectified him. Seriously, how is he not cringing every time these words come out of his mouth? He's not just a joke to his family anymore. He's become a meme for the rest of us, too. Kody's rants are a full-blown word salad. Zero substance, all confusion. Is this really the narrative he wants to push? That Janelle saw him as a piece of meat? Because, buddy, the only thing being chewed up here is your credibility. Let's break it down. You were an absentee dad, an unsupportive and selfish partner, and you spun half-truths like it was a full-time job. Therapy didn't help. You just picked up some psychological buzzwords and sprinkled them into your victim monologue. At this point, it's painfully clear. Kody is more invested in selling the audience on his martyrdom than salvaging any meaningful connection with his kids. Self-awareness? Non-existent. Hope? Also non-existent. Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to ThreadoraTalks, where the conversations are always next level. I'm your host, Jenna, and today, we're turning things up a notch. Trust me, this is one video you do not want to miss, so let's dive right in. So I was watching Pop Psych break down Robyn's reaction to Kody's answer about finding happiness in monogamy with her, and it hit me. Robyn's whole persona is a strategic performance. We all know Robyn is the master manipulator of the Sister Wives saga, but what really clicked is how she always plays the part of the unimpressed, vaguely disappointed, emotionally elusive wife. Why? Because Kody loves the chase. If she ever showed genuine enthusiasm about a gift, a date night, their time in Aspen, or even his heartfelt declaration that he finds peace in monogamy, he'd get bored. Quickly, Robyn knows exactly what she's doing. It's her ongoing cat and mouse game. Stay just out of reach, and he keeps coming. Let's not kid ourselves. She loves being the last wife standing, but she can't act like it. She has to maintain this not quite satisfied facade to keep him hustling for her approval. It's manipulation disguised as martyrdom. And Kody? He basically said in this episode that he defines himself by the praise of others. So what does Robyn do? Dole it out sparingly, just enough to keep the dopamine drip going. And remember back in season 7, when she told Kody she wouldn't be having more kids unless she had hired help because of her CFO role at My Sister Wife's closet? That was comedy gold. Kody looked absolutely gutted, then immediately scrambled to pull funds to get her that precious nanny. Also, did anyone else clock the moment he mentioned speaking to Aspen? Robyn's mask slipped hard. You could practically see the rage simmering under her forced smile. And then, like a reflex, she snapped, she confronted you. Not, that's great, or how did it go? Just straight up panic masked as control. Robyn's playing chess. The rest of them, still figuring out checkers. This week's episode pulled back the curtain on the real issue at the heart of this family, and Janelle nailed it. Her comment about how the original 3 wives had to struggle while Robyn basically waltzed in without lifting a finger. That sums it up. The OG 3, Mary, Janelle, and Christine, weathered all the storms, the constant moves, the financial chaos, the emotional strain. They saw Kody's flaws up close and personal and stopped pretending he was some polygamous Prince Charming a long time ago. Then comes Robyn, wide-eyed and blissfully unaware of all the dysfunction, acting like she just discovered the perfect man. And Kody, being Kody, laps it up. Wow, someone finally appreciates me. Ego inflated, he starts treating his longtime wives like they're the problem for not worshiping him enough. And Robyn, she's standing there like, why aren't they acting like good wives? I'm amazing to Kody. Kody's amazing to me. What's the problem? The problem, Robyn, is that you're getting a version of Kody no one else ever saw, because he's too busy playing super husband when he's around you. And because she sees herself as the gold standard of wifehood, she figures the others are just failing to keep up. In her mind, she's not manipulative, she's just doing it right. And if the rest of them want that treatment, well, maybe they should try being more like her. Now add in Kody's own confession that his entire identity is built on getting praise from his family. Yeah, nothing unhealthy about that. And it was doomed from the moment Robyn entered the picture. Let's also not forget, Robyn didn't just skip the struggles. She got to cash in on 16 years of hard work from the other wives. The show, the fame, the money, all built on the sacrifices and efforts of Mary, Janelle, and Christine. Robyn just showed up, took a seat at the table, and started eating the meal they spent years cooking. Of course there's resentment. But Robyn's response? I'm not keeping score. Well, yeah, because when the game is rigged in your favor, who needs to? Honestly, it's not that complicated. Robyn was in a bad financial spot and saw an opportunity. If signing up for a plural marriage and reality show gave her and her kids a better life, she was in, especially if it meant locking down the financial stability Kody could offer. The rest of the wives and their kids, collateral damage. As for Kody, he's just your average guy who got a little money and suddenly thought he deserved a younger wife. Classic. And Robyn, she doesn't love him. Watch her eye rolls if you need proof. The production team is finally starting to show it. From day one, she was playing a long game. Remember the wedding dress lie? Telling the OG3 she hadn't picked one out when she and Kody had already done the deed. That was the first clue. She learned manipulation from her mother, and now she's passing it on to her daughters like it's a family heirloom. Robyn didn't marry Kody for love, she married him for stability. And if the money ever dries up, she'll be gone faster than his hairline. Deep down, Kody probably knows it. He gave up 3 women who actually loved him through the hard times for someone who saw him as a paycheck, and doesn't even bother hiding it anymore. Oh, Robyn, always ready to lecture the world with her wisdom. This time, she's going on and on to the camera about how tragic it is that the family was forbidden from showing affection to each other. Apparently, in Robyn's mind, this is the real reason their marriages crumbled. You know, the lack of physical touch. Clearly, she has all the answers for everyone's problems. Editor's note. Cue the endless montage of Kody and the wives kissing, holding hands, smiling, and hugging. Awkward silence. But of course, Robyn presents her deeply insightful thoughts as absolute gospel for the whole family. The woman believes she's the oracle of knowledge. Kody? Well, he's a total weakling in her eyes, completely under her spell. And hey, why not? She genuinely thinks she knows each of them better than they know themselves. Classic narcissist move, right? But here's the kicker. Have you noticed how much more Robyn is talking in these recent seasons? It's like the more she speaks, the more we can see just how much damage she's done to the original family dynamic. One more reason the SADKRAVs need to be taken off TV, because this train wreck is only getting worse. As for her claim that the lack of affection ruined marriages, oh, Robyn, bravo, you're right on the money. Just ask Christine, who said Kody didn't even offer her a hug or hold her hand. That's totally the issue here. Oh, wait, did Robyn forget about Kody's unbreakable bond with his diesel jeans? That's the real tragedy. And of course, Robyn conveniently ignores the fact that the whole lack of affection thing was actually a rule meant for when the wives were around each other, not for when they were alone. But hey, why let facts get in the way when you can twist everything to suit your narrative? Let's not forget how Robyn entered the family and decided to do the exact opposite of everything that was already in place. Instead of integrating and respecting traditions, she just took over and stirred the pot. And did Kody love it? Obviously. Who wouldn't want to be played like a fiddle by someone like Robyn? If Kody never planned for the family to stay in Vegas, then why, pray tell, did he plant a tree during the commitment ceremony? Was that just decorative landscaping? And when Christine wistfully said she hoped their grandkids would one day play under it, he just stood there, silent. Not a peep. No, well, actually, we'll be gone in a few years. Nothing. When the original 3 wives started listing off all the places they'd lived since marrying Kody, I was floored. I mean, I thought my childhood was chaotic shuffling between divorced parents' houses every other week, but at least mine lived 10 minutes apart. The Browns? It's like they had a loyalty punch card for U-Haul. The thing is, I genuinely believe the wives thought Vegas was permanent. They planted trees, buried a time capsule, poured their energy into customizing their homes, literally putting down roots. And when Maddie announced her pregnancy, Christine's voice can be heard in the background saying, "Now we can't move." That wasn't just a comment. It was hope, commitment, maybe even relief. But Kody, he seems almost allergic to stability. It's like whenever the wives or kids start thriving without him, he panics. Suddenly, there's a crisis. He manufactures urgency to recenter himself as the glue, the hero, the only one who can fix things. Each wife expressed resistance to moving, then, like clockwork, found reasons to justify it. It's giving culty pep rally. And let's not pretend the Flagstaff move wasn't Robyn's dream all along. Kody miraculously announces he's secretly wanted to move for 3 years, and everyone's looking around like, wait, since when? Robyn initially protests. Oh no, Dayton applied to college nearby. Thin poof, Dayton's accepted to college in Arizona, right after everyone agrees to move. Wild coincidence. Total shocker. In the latest episode, Kody proudly declares that he had a great experience reconnecting with his kids in Utah, especially with Aspen, where he claims they made real progress in their relationship. Fascinating how that progress magically happened the moment he showed up without Robyn, isn't it? Go figure. Now, I'm no fan of Kody, but the kids only have one dad. And if there's any hope of mending those broken relationships, that's something to support. What's not so easy to support, though, is Robyn's reaction. She described Aspen's conversation with Kody as confrontational, as if Aspen's attempt to have a real talk was some kind of ambush. Classic Robyn, twisting a heartfelt moment into a threat. Her expression said it all. Not joy, not support, but discomfort. Almost like she saw Kody reconnecting with his original kids as a personal threat rather than the healing moment she claims to want. And if this episode was filmed after Garrison's passing, that makes her attitude even more disturbing. You'd think she'd be encouraging any step toward family reconciliation. But no, instead of celebrating Kody's effort, she subtly reframes it as an attack. That's not support, that's manipulation. Honestly, Robyn has been the common denominator in so much of this fallout. Watching her try to poison what could have been a moment of growth is both infuriating and, thanks to the new production team, finally obvious. Too bad Kody's still too dense to realize that the kind of meaningful relationships he's just now starting to build could have existed all along. Let's be real, this whole display was pure performance for the cameras. The over-the-top Valentine's Day vanity wasn't about love, it was about optics. But the real question is, what about their son? The kids walked in together, yet somehow the entire moment revolved around the vanity setup. That didn't sit right with me at all. Once again, it highlights the bizarre, toxic favoritism in his relationships with his children. I had the same thought. Saul used to be the golden child until Eric came along. Hopefully, they at least got him something too. Meanwhile, let's not forget, Christine had to take him to court just to get child support for Truly. And now here they are, flaunting luxury and playing house like nothing ever happened. It's actually disgusting. And have you noticed? He only showers gifts on the kids who show him affection. Affection equals access, apparently. I'm convinced they had to reshoot a ton of footage this season, probably because of some behind-the-scenes fallout. That might explain why everything feels so staged. They probably planned for a Kody versus the kids narrative. Then something happened and they had to hit reset. Case in point, those Valentine's dinners? Shot in May or June, I bet. Did you catch the waitress asking, "What's the occasion?" Awkward. It all feels so off. And let's talk about that restaurant arrival. Rolling up in a white Mercedes S-Class coupe, did he finally let go of that '99 Lexus sports car he worshipped? Or was this just a one-day rental for maximum flex? But the biggest eye roll, building that vanity in the living room. Why not set it up in her bedroom, where it's actually going to go? Most people assemble furniture where it'll live, not smack in the middle of the only clean room in the house. Performative. All of it. Judging by the preview for next week, it's pretty clear that the latest round of talking heads were all filmed after Garrison's passing. And honestly, that timing explains a lot, especially the shift in tone. Janelle was not holding back this episode. She was sharp, direct, and refreshingly unfiltered. Meanwhile, Kody, miraculously, seemed halfway decent for once, even acknowledging how terribly he had treated Mary, Christine, and Janelle. At Coyote Pass, Janelle even told Mary outright, Kody can't hurt them anymore, so they're finally free to speak their minds. And speak she did. It feels like the further Janelle distances herself from that mess, the more clearly she sees just how toxic it all was, and she's done pretending otherwise. Viewers are here for it. Support for the OG3 is stronger than ever. Kody, on the other hand, continues to prove he's a masterclass in how not to be a husband or father. The backlash from his own kids, not just the audience, is likely forcing him to take a hard look in the mirror, though whether anything's actually sinking in is debatable. His constant negative commentary hasn't just been cruel, it's had real, damaging effects on his children's lives. And yet he seems genuinely shocked by this. Come on, now he's suddenly angling for a redemption arc. But let's be honest, it's way too late for that. The man's not seeking growth, he's trying to salvage a paycheck. Because make no mistake, Kody is deeply worried about his bottom line. The fans have turned, the respect is gone, and he's finally facing the consequences of years of selfish, reckless behavior. And while he fumbles through damage control, Robyn's still playing puppet master. As long as he stays tethered to her, he'll stay estranged from his kids. She's made it painfully clear she doesn't want them around. She even framed that awkward, overdue conversation between Kody and the kids as a confrontation. That says it all. Manipulation isn't just her strategy, it's practically a personality trait. Honestly, I think Kody and Robyn are clinging to their marriage by the skin of their teeth. Sure, Robyn rubs a lot of people the wrong way, but I genuinely believe Kody probably treated her like garbage during the fallout with the other wives. She doesn't just seem worn down by the public hate, though there's plenty of that, but it looks like Kody himself is constantly irritated with her too. Divorce? Probably not. They'll likely stick it out for the image. But happy marriage, this is not. If it ever does fall apart, my money's on Robyn being the one to walk away first. Kody's just, well, kind of a jerk by default. Mean, abrasive, and emotionally clueless seem to be his baseline personality. Gwen even said on her Patreon that he's way worse in real life, so not exactly husband of the year. Now cue the familiar tune, Robyn and her spending problem. It's not news, and let's be real, even half of Kody's assets won't fund her shopping habits for long. Unless she bags a rich new man, unlikely, she's probably staying put. Comfort greater than chaos, and let's talk about what really must be driving her nuts. Kody constantly fishing for reassurance. You still love me, right? You're not gonna leave me too, right? over and over. Honestly, if I had a partner asking that nonstop, I'd be dialing a therapist or a divorce lawyer. It's ironic though, he's terrified of looking like the loser who got dumped by everyone. So he's overcompensating by pretending Robyn's still his grand prize. All while seething inside. Their Valentine's Day date? Hilarious in a tragic way. Nothing says romance like reminiscing about your exes and confessing you almost left your current wife. And that gift? Pretty sure it was more of a passive-aggressive jab at his ex-family than a sweet gesture to Robyn. Then there's his behavior at that phony post-baptism dinner. And when Robyn had her ATV scare, zero compassion, just dripping with contempt. I don't know how anyone could still love and trust a man who happily ditched 3 wives and 13 kids to chase his own desires. What's to stop him from doing it again? That said, I doubt she'll leave. She's got a cushy life, she's no longer the hot new thing, and she's got young kids to think about. She knows it's only downhill from here if she jumps ship. So she'll likely grit her teeth and stay. Just like she did during those awkward home Q and as last season where, by the way, she looked like she wanted to murder him with her eyes. After watching the April 27 episode and then stumbling across the spoilers for next week, I can't shake the feeling that Sister Wives is finally wrapping up. Honestly, it's about time. But hear me out, a spin-off with Janelle, Miri, and Christine? Now that I'd watch. Let's see the OG3 actually living their lives instead of surviving Kody's drama. Their journeys post-Kody could be way more interesting than anything the main show has offered in years. As for Kody and Robyn, and their never-ending stream of emotional monologues, hard pass. No more footage of him spiraling over his own decisions. No more scenes of Robyn tearing up over family unity while comfortably settled into monogamy. I wouldn't mind updates on the original 3 wives, maybe a reunion special or occasional check-in, but a full series centered on Robyn and Kody? Thanks, but I've got laundry to do. Anyone else hoping this season is the grand finale? Alright, now I want to hear from you. Sound off in the comments and let me know where you stand. Agree, disagree, or something in between. And if you're enjoying the vibe, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you're always in the loop. Your voice counts, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for hanging with me.